Let's work together to master 5 words at the C2 level. You need to know these words in order to speak and write advanced English. Hi, I'm Jennifer from English with Jennifer. Even if your level is a bit lower than C2, you can still study the meanings and uses of these words. Vocabulary skills have to be built. I'll help you take the steps towards mastery. Let's start. I'm going to show you a sentence. You need to identify the meaning of the key word. 1. Once the students had all assembled in the auditorium, the principal introduced the guest speaker. The answer is B. Assemble can mean to gather, as in everyone comes together in one place. Students can assemble in an auditorium for a ceremony. Residents can assemble in a town square, either in show of support or in protest. In this sense, assemble doesn't take an object. Look at another use of this verb. 2. The instructions to assemble furniture can be quite complicated. Here, the answer is C. Assemble can also mean to put parts together. In this sense, it's transitive. It takes an object. Assemble what? If you find a nice bookcase online, you may see one of 2 descriptions. Ready to assemble or assembly required. What form is assembly? It's a noun. Let's go back to the example of students assembling in an auditorium. What's that event called? A school assembly. 3. The child's tower of blocks grew too tall and collapsed. The answer is A. You likely know this meaning of collapse. People and things can collapse. It's falling suddenly and completely due to illness or weakness of some kind. Notice this verb is intransitive. It doesn't take an object. Do you know the noun? It's the same word, collapse. What's the adjective? What kind of handles do many suitcases have today? Collapsible. With a touch of a button, you can make it suddenly go down. By the way, they're also called telescopic handles because you can extend them or pull them out like you would a telescope. Let's consider a second meaning of collapse. Number 4. Financial crises create hardships. No country wants their economy to collapse. The answer is C. When something collapses, it no longer functions. What else can collapse? Talks, negotiations, governments, a healthcare system. 5. Is it difficult to conceive how people might live without any use of money? The answer is A. To conceive is to imagine. You can picture it in your mind. Conceive what? In this sense, conceive takes an object. It's transitive. Consider a variation. 6. Do you know how the author Suzanne Collins conceived the idea for the Hunger Games? The answer is B. If you conceive of something, you invent it. You create it in your mind. Do you know, when I first heard about the Hunger Games, I actually didn't want to see the movie or read the book. It sounded horrible. It sounded inconceivable. What form is that? It's an adjective. The suffix able tells us you're able to conceive it. and the prefix in means not. You're not able to conceive it. You're not able to imagine it. So inconceivable means not possible to imagine, unimaginable. Here's a completely different meaning of conceive. 7. After many years of not being able to conceive, Sabrina found herself expecting twins. The answer is C. Conceive can also mean to get pregnant. It can be used with or without an object. She had trouble conceiving. She had trouble conceiving a child. 8. Skydiving may look fun to some, but I have no inclination to do such a thing. The answer is B. Inclination refers to a desire to do something. It can be a countable or uncountable noun, and it's usually followed by an infinitive. Some common phrases include have no inclination to do something, show little inclination to do something, one's initial inclination, one's natural inclination. If you look inside the noun, can you see the verb? Incline. The passive ed form, be inclined, functions more like an adjective describing someone's feelings. They either feel like doing something or not. If you're inclined to participate in a discussion, you feel like participating. You have the desire to participate. Look at this sentence. 9. The charity is organizing a fun event for families in the community. It's free of charge, but you can certainly make a donation if you feel so inclined. The answer is A, if you want to, if you have that desire. Okay, final word, number 10. I don't know why he persists in asking for change when no one wants to do anything different. The answer is A. When someone persists in doing something, they continue to do it. The action may be difficult or unwelcome. In our example, the man persists in making requests for change. We can also say that he persists with his questions. So there's no object, but there are two common prepositions that follow this verb. Persist in doing something, persist with what? What's the noun? Use the ending ence. Persistence. His persistence is annoying. He doesn't stop. Note that it all depends on what a person continues to do. Persistence could be admired, but sometimes persistence is annoying. Consider another context for this verb, persist. 11. The instructions on the bottles say that one more tablet can be taken if the pain persists. The answer is still A, continue. In this sense, something continues to exist beyond what is expected. It's an intransitive verb. No object or preposition follows. If the pain doesn't stop, we can use the adjective to describe it. Persistent, persistent pain. Okay, let's review the 5 key words we studied together. Say them aloud with me. Assemble. And the noun, assembly. Collapse. And the adjective, collapsible. Conceive. And the adjective meaning not possible to imagine, inconceivable. inclination. And the verb incline. Its passive form, inclined. Persist. And the noun, persistence. The adjective, persistent. It's time for you to start using the vocabulary. Can you choose the correct word to complete the sentence? 1. Thankfully for parents of young children, strollers are collapsible, making air travel easier. 2. We have no inclination to participate in this project. 3. Traveling from their respective regions, the elected representatives assembled to discuss the new proposal. 4. They tried every conceivable way to stop the change from happening, but in the end there was nothing they could do. 5. I do not understand why they persist in making such ridiculous claims. How did you do? Next, when I ask you a question, I want you to pause the video and then say or write your answer. Use the key word, okay? 1. If assembly is required for the furniture you buy, do you assemble it yourself or hire someone? 2. What factors might contribute to the collapse of an administration or regime? 3. Give an example of a brilliant idea or plan you first conceived and then realized. 4. Are you inclined to try a different line of work? Why or why not? 5. Give an example of when your persistence paid off. Meaning, when did your persistence benefit you? Okay, quick recall. What's the word for gathering or coming together? Assemble. What's the word for when something suddenly falls or stops working? Collapse. What's the word for imagining or inventing something in your mind? Conceive. What's the word for a desire? Inclination. And what's the word for continuing an action that's either difficult or unwelcome? Persist. If you'd like to continue building vocabulary skills, consider joining me on Patreon, where we work on all skills. We'll end here. As always, thanks for watching and happy studies.